Hey, congratulations on this album. I know it's an album that has been released previously, but it is so exciting to be able to go back and explore this album once again. So congratulations.
Oh, huge thanks. It's always a long road to release an album when you start with some ideas and if it gets finally out. So we are pretty excited about it, and it was a lot of fun, also a lot of work. But in the end, it's just music. And somebody likes it, somebody don't like it. If the people dig it and we get the reactions like from you, we're super honored. Thanks a lot, man.
So tell us a little bit about this album. Going back to when you first started working on this album, what was the aim and the goals of the band when you first started to work on this album?
Well, I'm always working on new structures, new ideas, and some years ago when we decided to make a new album because we made an EP some years ago, we just started to put stuff together and just to improve the sound we and the ideas we had on the latest album. And it took some time also with the Corona pandemic. We had some problems because we are split up here in Austria. Two guys are from another country here, so it was not that easy. But it was everything went well, and we were super excited doing the new album. And the most important thing is that the vibe in the band is great, and everybody is has the same ideas and the same vision. So everything went well, and we're really very very happy with the result. Yeah.
So it's been a few years since your last album came out, but of course, you guys haven't been idle in that time. You've had EPs and things coming out.
Yeah.
Why did it feel like this was the best time for a brand new full length album to come out?
The idea was pretty old that we were working on a new album, but due to the pandemic, everything took longer, and also there was no sense to release an album without playing live. So we had we had to wait till everything was prepared because we prepared some live release shows and we played some festivals, and so it was the best moment for us to release it now.
So tell us a little bit about what the last couple of years have been like for you. You guys have been around now since the 90s, so you've seen the ups and downs of the music industry and the music world, but the last couple of years, were they something like you'd never seen before?
Sure, yes, I think it was the same for everybody. It was a terrible situation, not playing live and all these restrictions. But on the other side, you, as musician, you have more time to be creative, doing stuff.
So how did that change the writing process on this album? Did it give you longer to make sure that every track was perfect? Because I've spoken to some bands and they've said that this time around they recorded some tracks 3 or 4 different times until they were happy with it because they had that extra time to do that. Was that something that you guys did as well?
Yes and no. As I said, it's with the pandemic and the lockdowns, you had more time to work things out. But we always took this time for our albums. We need more than just 1 or 2 years to put out a new album. So things need this time, and that's how it is. So this was not a big difference for us. It's just the release date was pushed back.
So tell us about some of the things that were inspiring you when you sat down to work on this album. Was it things that were personal to your heart that it was inspiring you? Was it the world that we found ourselves in? What kind of things were inspiring you?
Well, at this album, we had just the idea in the head about the concept. The album is called Icon, and it's about humans and their beliefs and the struggle between technology and humanity, digital and analog, and all this stuff. And a huge fan of these science fiction movies like Equilibrium or 1984 or THX.
Yep.
1138, by the way, it's a very, very old movie, beginning of I think it's 71. It was one of the first film projects from George Lucas, and it's really a great movie. So I was always fascinated from the science fiction movies and also these ideas that the people are not allowed to have feelings anymore and just serve the system and are controlled by the system. And also me and Margot, we are huge fans of the Lost series from the 90s, maybe, where they find this computer on the island and John Locke is pushing the button and serving the system till he decides not to do it anymore. And I think it's also in daily life because everything went online with cloud solutions and ordering online and stuff. But you can also put your phone down and try to live analog, not digital. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Has science fiction always been something that's kind of inspired your music? Because it sounds like you're a very big science fiction film fan. Has that been something that has inspired your music over the years, apart from this album as well?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Especially on the last albums, this was always a big influence because we like to put there a kind of concept with it, with the artwork, with the songs and the lyrical stuff, yeah, definitely.
So tell us a little bit about that love of science fiction. When did that happen for you? Is that something that's been there since your childhood?
Yes. Especially the old movies from the 80s, like the Alien, the first one. By the way, it's 79. It's super old, and I can't believe it. Every time I watch it, it's just glorious,
Yep.
But and also with Terminator, this theme like man versus machine. This was always an influence, yeah, for me, and also Margot, our singer, is a huge science fiction fan, yeah.
Is that a dream that you would like to do one day? Would you like to be involved with making a film like that, even if it was involved with putting the soundtrack together?
Sure. We are really musically, we are open for everything, and this would be super cool for us. Yes, we really like it because in our music we are a death metal band, grindcore band, but we also have these industrial influences, and we always have the last song on the album, which is totally different, which there is no grindcore in it. It's more slow and with an industrial feeling, a cold feeling. So I think it would be great to make some music for a kind of science fiction movie. Why not? Yeah.
Now you worked with Mike Kronstoffer on this album. Tell us a little bit about working with Mike. Why was he the perfect person to work with, and what did you feel he brought to your music?
Well, we decided it's about 10 years ago when I decided to work with him together, and it worked out very well because he knew exactly what we want, and it also involved that we are very good friends now, and he is always helping me, we are helping each other, so it was just the normal step that we asked him for the production for the new album, and it worked out well again. So he is a great guy, he is very he really knows what he is doing, and yes, this is his music and his life.
Now, the album is not out yet. How do you feel with the album coming out very soon? Are you feeling nervous, or are you feeling excited that it'll finally be out there for your fans to listen to?
Yeah, we are super excited, and we are happy now that everything, or the most of the things, are done now. And we cannot wait to get the first reactions. It will be out on 7th of October. We are preparing a new video clip. Right now, it should be out at the beginning of October. So let's see what future brings. And we are happy with the result and super exciting about the release of the video and for sure of the album. Yeah.
And what have you guys got planned for the next 6 months or 12 months? It must feel good to finally be able to get back out there and play for your fans. So what have you got planned for the next 6 to 12 months?
Sure, yeah. We had some festival shows now in summer, and now in October, November, we have some release show here in the main capital towns in Austria, and we are also booking festivals for next year. So the goal is to play as much festivals and also club shows the next year. And also working on new video clips. So there is another one planned.
Awesome. Well, you've got so many fans here in Australia. I know a lot of our listeners on our show are big fans of your band. So is there a chance that we might see you in Australia one day?
Ooh, this is a really, really good question. I don't know, this would be super cool for us to go there once and play. So let's see what future brings. We are open for it. We would be super excited, yeah.
Awesome. So we are going to play Digital Dementia on our show right now. So what would you like to say? What would you like to say to all of the listeners out there before they take another listen to this amazing track, but also before they go out and get the album Icon in the first week of October as well?
Well, Digital Dementia is our opening track for the album, and it's musical and lyrically, I think it's super good to the album. So we are glad to everybody who is listening to our music, supporting us on the social media or going to live shows, but especially just listening to our music and listening to the new album. Huge thanks for this. This is what we are living for, and a band is nothing without their fans. So listen to it and huge thanks.